Hi everybody, I'm Rockin' Robin. Today I'm going to show you how to make a healthy cauliflower casserole. Now we're going to be taking out what you typically see is mayonnaise or sour cream or cream cheese, and I'm going to be substituting some Greek yogurt for those items to make it much healthier for you. We're going to use a little bit of cheese, not too much, and we're going to add some uncured bacon to that for some really nice flavor and some balsamic vinegar. So I'm going to show you how to do it right after this. So let's get started and go over our ingredients for our delicious casserole. All right, first off, we're going to need some olive oil. Here I have the equivalent of 1 head of cauliflower, and I've broken it down into little florets, and I have a video for you for that if you want to know how to do that. So I'll leave a link right over here, and you can watch that if you want. All right, we'll need some bacon. Now I'm using uncured bacon because it doesn't contain any nitrates or nitrites, and it's a little bit healthier for you. So I've got 6 pieces of bacon. We'll need a little bit of I have some mild cheddar cheese here. I'll be needing some balsamic vinegar, and I'm using a nice quality. It has a nice full flavor and it's slightly sweet. Works really well with this recipe. We'll need some Greek yogurt right here. I've got some fresh chives and some salt. We're going to start off our recipe by roasting our cauliflower. Now the reason we want to do that is because it gives it so much flavor when you caramelize those sugars in the cauliflower. So much better than just, say, putting it in the microwave and steaming it, or, steaming it on the stove. So I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil, maybe 1.5 teaspoons or 2, and I'm going to toss it up because I want to coat the cauliflower really well. Now I do want to mention that when I cut this up, I did rinse it, and you want to make sure that it's completely dry before we get to this point. That way it will roast nicely and it won't steam in the oven. So it looks like we need a little bit more olive oil. I want to coat it really well, and that's why I'm using my hand. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of salt on there to bring out some of that good flavor. All right, so I've got a foil-covered baking pan here, and my oven is preheated to 450 degrees. So I'm going to pour this out, and I want to spread it out as best I can so that each piece of cauliflower is touching the foil. That way it's going to get a nice, brown coating on there, and that's what you really want to see. Okay, so we're going to pop this in. I'm going to leave it in there for 10 minutes. I'm going to check it, and if it's browned up a little bit, I'm going to take it out and flip over the pieces so that we can get most of the cauliflower browned up. I took the cauliflower out of the oven. They were in there for about 15 minutes because my oven apparently wasn't hot enough. But now I'm just going to take these and just flip them over. You can kind of see here the nice golden brown that you're looking for right here. And you can use a spatula and just flip them all over. Okay, so I'm going to flip these over, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the oven for another probably 10 or 15 minutes. I took the cauliflower out of the oven, and it's sitting here cooling a bit, and you can see how beautifully caramelized it is. That's where the flavor is, guys. I'm telling you, it's really good. So now all we have to do is take our yogurt, place it into our bowl, and we're going to add our balsamic vinegar, and we're going to combine these. It's going to give this Greek yogurt some nice rich flavor, and it's going to sweeten it up just a bit. Next, what we're going to do is chop up our bacon. So I like to chop it up really fine so that, I like to get all the little pieces everywhere instead of just a few big, large chunks. So that should about do it with the bacon. I like it, like I said, really small. So I'm going to add this to the Greek yogurt. Next, I'm going to add some chives. So I'm just going to chop off a few. All right, and I'm going to give that a stir. Okay, so then our next step is to add the cauliflower to the bowl. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and combine the mixture together. Make sure I get the cauliflower well coated. Okay, so once we get that coated, I'm going to pour the mixture into, I have an 8 by 8 baking dish here. I'm just going to pour this in. And by the way, I reduced the temperature on my oven now to 375 because we're going to pop this back in and cook it for about 20 minutes. We just want to make sure everything is nice and hot and the cheese is melted. And then all we have to do now is we're going to top this with our cheese, and you can put as much as you like here. And like I said, we're going to pop this in the oven, and it should be done in about 20-25 minutes. I took the casserole out of the oven. It is nice and hot, the cheese melted, and that's pretty much all you need. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little piece out here so you can see it on the plate. All right, so I'm going to have a little taste. I think it's cooled off enough. I tell you, cauliflower never tasted so good. There's so much good flavor in this, with the bacon in there and the cheese and the yogurt with the balsamic vinegar. Really just, oh man, the flavors are really spot on, guys. I hope you'll try this recipe. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And like I said, go home and make this. It is excellent. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.